It's Wednesday and you're watching The Big Story, where we will discuss the hottest topics of the day and explain why they matter. I'm Haryanto Diman, coming to you live from the Straits Times newsroom. All is well, that is what US President Donald Trump tweeted after Iran lobbed several missiles on US-led forces in Iraq this morning. Iran's attack was in retaliation for the US drone strike killing General Qasem Soleimani. Now all eyes are on what President Trump will now do as fears are raised of a wider war in the Middle East. The extent of damage or casualties at the bases are still unknown. However, Iranian state television claimed at least 80 of what it called American terrorists were killed, adding that none of the missiles were intercepted. President Trump is yet to address the nation following the missile strikes, but said to expect a statement early tomorrow. Separately, Singapore Airlines said today it was diverting all flight routes from Iranian airspace following the attack. To discuss more on this, we have foreign editor Jeremy Au Yong. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thanks, Harry.
Now, Jeremy, if you could share with us, what is the situation right now? Can we expect a further escalation in hostility?
Well, I think the irony of it is that today's missile strike by Iran actually gives everybody an opportunity to de-escalate. I know that's not intuitive. We have a piece now on straitstimes.com by our US Bureau Chief, Namal Ghosh, where he's speaking to analysts, and they argued that Iran's strike, because it could be quite limited in scope, could allow everybody some breathing room. Right. So they're arguing that Iran actually knows the two bases it hits very well. They have intimate knowledge of these two US bases, and they know where the US citizens and staff are, and are capable of sending missiles there that avoid them.
Right.
Yeah. So it now all really depends on two things. So the first is how many American citizens were killed. At the moment, we don't have a good sense of casualties. The Iranians have said 80 American terrorists. The Pentagon has not said anything. If it turns out to be quite minor, the pressure on the US to retaliate will be less.
Right.
If turns out to be there are quite a number of American casualties, then Donald Trump will feel the pressure to strike again, and then we could see an escalation. But if it's not, if it is as the analysts believe, quite a limited strike with minimal damage, then if the US then doesn't retaliate, if it goes like the tweet, he said, all is well, then everybody can step back. So I've hit you, the US has struck Iran, then Iran says, I've hit you back, and now we can go back to our separate corners and without taking things to another level.
Right.
The second thing that this depends on is Donald Trump, of course. So much of what has happened already has been unpredictable. Nobody's expected that the US would target Qasem Soleimani. And so now we're really watching at what Donald Trump will do next.
Right.
There's a sense that he would step back because nobody really wants escalation, but nobody can really say for sure what he's going to do.
Now, Jeremy, talking about retaliation, why did Iran retaliate now? I mean, it does come after Donald Trump's provocative claims of having 52 targets lined up if they retaliate for the Soleimani killing.
I don't think it has too much to do with those statements.
Right.
I think the Soleimani killing was really the trigger event. Right. I don't think Iran had a choice. They had to do something. Having another country deliberately target and kill your high-ranking government official, and if whatever he was in life, when he died, you can see during his funeral procession, so many Iranians came out to the streets. This man now is a national hero to Iran. I don't think Iran can allow this attack to have happened to them and not do anything. The government would look weak, the country would look weak. They could not allow that. They needed to respond in some way. And this was the response they chose. It seemed quite a limited one. I think the Ayatollah described it as a slap in the face.
So it's like a statement of sorts, right? That they're
It
trying
is
to
a
make.
statement of sorts.
Yeah.
yes.
Now, Jeremy, now let's focus on the reactions from other countries to this tension. What are the reactions? I mean, we know Australia is highly dependent on US reaction and decision, and then British troops, they are on standby. Can
Yeah.
you, if you elaborate more on that?
I think it's quite clear nobody really wants to get into another war.
Yeah.
So, and certainly they don't want to get into a war where the source of it, the origins of it is not very clear. Why did the US target, and this killing of Soleimani, I say, is the trigger event.
Yeah.
Why did they go after him now? I don't think the justification of that has been very clear. And so that's why I don't think the international response has been, there hasn't been a consensus as to, we need to back the US this time. There's no international coalition that is backing them up. You hear the most common refrain out of the different countries is call for calm and restraint. You've heard that from even traditional US allies. UK, even Boris Johnson is calling for calm. France is called for calm. China, not a US ally, but they are also calling for restraint. Yeah.
Could it be, because of bad memories as well?
Potentially.
Yeah.
The last time, in 2003, the US invaded Iraq. They did form a case. They did try and build an international coalition for this attack. And today we know that really the case they built was built on quite shaky evidence. As shaky as that was, this round, the evidence feels even shakier. I think everybody is quite cautious about rushing in to take sides now.
Right. Well, it remains to be seen, like what you mentioned, what Donald Trump is going to do moving forward. And of course, he has said to be, he's expected to say something tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So he said early. In the morning, Wednesday, US time. That could be any time tonight or early tomorrow morning for us. Right. He's expecting to make a statement that will tell us a lot about what happens next.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Jeremy, for coming onto the show to share with us more on this US-Iran tension. To read more on the tension, you can check it out on our website, straitstimes.com.